one day. I think I'll be doing
Oh,
something after.
I don't know, man. I appreciate that. I don't feel that way. Trust me, I haven't won anything over here
Hey, you
at
won
the.
World Series of Pro Mod. That's something.
Yeah, no, that was a good race. Thought I was gonna win it again. Didn't quite work out my way, but
Dude, I actually put 500 on you in the semis. So,
did
but
you? Sorry about that.
it's all good. We're live
Yeah,
now. So
yeah.
really, we're
Did
just
you
going
think I
on.
was gonna? Did you think I was gonna sit there for 2 minutes with Stevie
I
or
was
two and a
hoping you
half or
were. To
whatever
be
it
honest
was?
with you, bro. Hey, I was like, Bowman, let the motherfuckers hang. I ain't gonna lie, because
Oh
I was
yeah,
sitting behind y'all, and I was like, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know how it is. It kind of like
yeah.
you're kind of like shit. Here we go, because you're a turbo car, and he's
Oh
burning you
yeah.
down. At the same time, you're like, man, this is kind of exciting. You know what I'm saying? Not being in the car and not having to
Oh
deal with
yeah.
it. It's kind
Oh,
of
I was
exciting.
in the car. I was in the car. I was pissed. I'm like, are you effing kidding me right now? Like,
Hey,
is he
I'm
doing
telling you right
this
now,
too?
if you ran at me, I would
Yeah.
fucking run the other way because you're about 8 feet tall, and I would have to get in close, and I
Yeah.
don't want to do that. So
Uh,
we're gonna avoid that.
no,
I'm not
man. Hey,
gonna.
look, believe me, I had to stay in the car. I didn't get out of the car. I was a little
I
angry
don't
at the
blame
other
you.
end. So
I don't blame you
I
at
was
all.
like, you got to take the high road.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
try to do that. I'm just not the best at it sometimes. I'm still young.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So really, we
Cool.
came on here.
Yep.
They brought us on to kind of talk about our race in Virginia. I don't know if you want
Yeah.
to start kind of with who you ran. Who did you run first round of the Beat the Champs on Friday?
So beat the champs, the CI race, Kyle Canyon,
Okay.
first to get in,
Yeah,
and then got the lucky draw. And who did I race first?
I think it was Kai.
Man,
I think it was
was it
Kai
Kai
Kelly.
first?
I think you beat Kai Kelly.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
right. It was Kai. You know what's funny? When I drew Kai, I was like, and everybody out there is badass. Let's be honest, And I
For
was
sure.
thinking, man, I know how fast I am, and all I have to do is hit the tree, and I feel like he's going to underestimate me, and that's really what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was confident about that race, to be honest.
Really.
And oh yeah, I did. I wasn't like, oh, he's going to beat my ass. I really did not feel that way. So I also think it's a little bit tougher, and he might be able to tell you. I haven't talked to him about it, but I think it's
We're
a little
not. We're not
tougher
really on
to go down
talking
these
terms.
racetracks. Yeah, you guys don't talk. You're not talking terms.
No.
I talk to everybody, so it's not that big a deal. But I think it's a little bit harder. Honestly, I don't know if he threw some weight in that thing or what. Don't know what the program is over there, but it's a little bit tougher going on these racetracks than say it is in Bradenton, Florida. So, and you know that
Right.
you've raced there. So
Yes, sir.
this is there's only so much you can do on certain racetracks. So and now with these guys, being lighter and stuff like that, and I think when it becomes more like a pro mod car and it's lighter weight,
Yeah,
it's a little more difficult to get on down through there. So that's
for
the
sure.
challenge on that side of things. On my side of things, car's heavy.
Right.
So I'm over 2,800 pounds sitting on the starting line. So it's
Wow.
just a heavy car.
Damn.
So
I
yeah,
didn't know
it's
you were that
brutal.
heavy.
So
That's crazy, bro. Holy
yeah,
shit. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
I'm like almost. I would say probably almost 200 pounds lighter than that. That's crazy.
yeah, it's a lot. So I have to make that up somewhere.
Yeah.
Car 60 foot gangster. Lee White's been tuning on it, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man, this thing 60 foot's like my Pro Mod did with the Pro Charger. So
Really.
it is no joke.
You got the
And
big.
I
You
did
got
not
the big
think that
charger.
I have a Hearts Charger,
Oh. Okay.
which is
Okay.
really good.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's been outstanding. It's fast. But now we're just gonna have to, after my race with Rankin, Rankin, I thought he treated me, but I watched the video back after it even talked to him, and I'm like, man, you treat me, but it wasn't that. We were pretty close on the tree. It's
I
just
got
by,
the thing
I
running
mean,
good,
dude, I'm telling you, by 60 foot, he had half fender on me, and
dude.
and it just kept going all the way down the racetrack, and at the other end, he had a whole car on me, and I
Yeah, they
was
got
like,
it
man,
figured
he
out.
just beat me by a whole car, and I paddled the tires. I lost a couple numbers, that's it, but still, it was a still pretty stout run. So I'm like, man, how am I going to get that back? Well, I start using nitrous. I think Scott Taylor started doing the same thing.
Yeah.
When he went out, he started using it, and everybody's coming to it now, and I will too. I mean, at the next one,
Oh
I'll
yeah.
I'll be
I
using
mean,
it too.
it's the
So
same thing me and Chevy talked about last time I was on
yeah,
here. I asked Chevy. He said, but it's not exactly the same because you're a true veteran of this whole thing.
right,
Like of not
right,
just street outlaws of pro mod. You're a legend in
yeah,
my book. And when Chevy, he's new. So I think one of the reasons why they're kind of not doing it is because he's still getting his feet wet in a car of that caliber. And I totally respect that because I went out to shoot balls last year in Washington. I mean, I straight up had 3 passes to my name, and I'm not even going to sit here and lie about it. I had, me and Cody, we kind of let our nuts hang, and that's just kind of how we roll. And we were running out of time. And we fucking got the car done at the last minute. And we were like, look, we're going. And then next thing you know, I go from a crew guy on Thursday, never done anything like that before, to Saturday. I'm looking over, and believe it or not, I'm running Kai Kelly, and we're burning each other down for 2 minutes. So it's just one of those deals where it was kind of like a movie. It was a weird deal.
So you guys kind of started out on that foot then, right?
Well, to be honest with you, me and Kai, honestly, he tells this story. I think he fabricates a little bit of his story, so we'll just leave it at that. But he tells the story that I didn't have any friends and stuff like that, and that he was one of the first to talk to me. And I will say this, I actually thought Kai was kind of I told him this right to his face. That's the kind of guy I am. I thought he was going to be kind of a dickhead or whatever. I was around him with Chuck 55, and him and Chuck never got off. So I was it kind of started there. And then I go into Street Outlaws, and he was super nice. Super cool,
right?
Great guy, really polite, and it was just one of those deals where, we're both aggressive racers. We're both really serious. I think we're all very serious, but me and Kai, we're a little bit chippy. You know what I mean? And I think we kind of like to play the mental battles, and I think that's just what it breaks down to at the end of the day. I'm really not mad at Kai anymore. I'm gonna roll into this next race and get focused again. He just kind of. He kind of got me a little rared up. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to feel like you're trying to come at me. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We're a race. I mean, I'd love to. I'm going to talk to Jen and Jensen and Sam and somebody. We're going to try to figure something out because I'm not going to run them first round Saturday. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. Never said I was. You can call me out every day if you'd like to. Don't care. I've kind of been advised by my team, let's focus on the race. Let's not go into it with ego.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, and bottom line is no one wants to go out there and just draw anyone because you might get a slower car and then you might win it. I mean, the smart move is to not, I mean, sure, right? There's plenty of guys that I could go, okay, hey, you want to race? Yeah. Well, then it's almost like you're picking on them, right? In essence, it's a car that you can beat. Right. But anything can happen out here, and at the end of the day, you don't want to lose 10 points because you made a rash decision because somebody got you fired up. It just it's not a good, move.
If you look at it, it worked out for me. I drew a guy named Buck. He's a super nice guy, but he felt like he had to guess the light, and he went red, and I blew up. Never even got to the finish line. I ended up getting the round win. Now, what happens if I go out there and do that against Kai and I lose the round? Okay, I get put on every meme reel humanly possible. I get belittled in front of everybody, and I probably belittle myself a little bit. So at the same time, I do want to make it very clear. I'm not ducking Kai. I actually got $5,000 sitting right here fucking ready for his ass, and we will run it Friday. I'll run him out Friday night if they will let us be the main event or something. If we can put some kind of poster together with me and him like this or whatever we got to do Friday night after the race is over, or maybe if we do the Famoso makeup race or whatever, I would like to run Kai Friday night. I'll run him for 5,000, maybe even more than that. We'll just have to see what I can put together. I have about 1 million parts blown in half, so I realize the damage and the value of that right now. I just don't have that much money, so I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. $5,000 is a lot of money to me too, so I'll run them for $5,000 on Friday. Friday night, if they'd like to run it, maybe Jen and Jensen or something can put something together and we can grudge race because I think the fans want to see it. I think we need to put an end to it. To be honest with you, I think we need to go ahead and hash it out and put an end to this shit. And let's move on. Let's get it done. I said what I had to say to Kai. I agree with what I said to Kai. I don't feel bad about what I said to Kai. And, I totally stand on business, and I think I showed him that. So it is what it is. I'll be right there in his face Friday, and we can talk then. I don't like talking over camera. You know what I'm saying? He can say whatever he'd like to say right to my face because I'll be standing there. So.
Right, and the only way that everybody can see that is to go to the Foot and get their tickets.
That's a fact. Hey, so, you might see some UFC, you might see some racing. You don't know what you're gonna know. You really never know with Street Outlaws because the number one thing about Street Outlaws, man, is it gets chippy, bro. You get all the fans, and it's the people.
It just takes a few comments or a few things, and and everybody gets up for it. So definitely gotta think ahead and do the best you can. and gain those points. So
For sure. For sure.
yeah, and hopefully everybody shows out for this race. All the people in Ohio and surrounding states, it's not too far to drive there. So
Yeah. No, it's going to
see
be a
what
good race.
happens.
I'm excited about it, But I go up there freaking first round after all that shit, and I go up, Saturday, or so pretty much we'll go into Friday. I go up Friday and I run Dean. Dean's got a fast car. He's actually tied for number 1 right now. I go up there to run Dean, and freaking dude, Dean treed the fuck out of me. Okay, now I took some NyQuil that night or some shit, and the after effects are still there because he left me so hard. I ain't gonna lie. He was gone, and I went, oh fuck, here we go. Now I caught him. I caught him about 200 feet. Okay, he was pulling away. I got over to the left, and I had to chop it real quick, and he just drove on past me after that. It was about 1 car. I was like, damn. So we go up there, fucking lose first round to beat the champ. So I don't get in the qualifier deal. I don't even get to do the chip draw. That's a shitty feeling. But then we go in Saturday. And Kai calls me out first round. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's get past all that.
Yeah.
I run this guy named Buck. He's got a 69 Camaro. I think it was a nitrous car. I don't know if you saw it.
It was.
Go up there, and I freaking do a cool burnout like normal, and then I back up, and as soon as I let go of the button, I just had pieces of intake flying at my face and windshield about 200 feet. Pretty much what happened is the snout of the crankshaft broke off. The cam was still turning, which caused the valves to cause pistons. Number 7 intake valve shot out of there kind of like if David Ortiz hit a baseball. That thing flew out of the back of the intake and literally went through my windshield. There's it somewhere. Dude, it was gnarly. I've never had anything come through my windshield and fire.
Yeah.
It was a good little flash, kind of right to the face, kind of like a big old fuck you. So that was interesting for sure. I have some pieces. If you want to see them, Mike, you want to see them?
Oh yeah. Well, I've seen that kind of stuff, unfortunately.
I
have.
If you want
part of the windshield.
I got you covered, buddy. Yeah.
Hey, you better make 2 windshields while you're at it.
You did tell me. You're like, do you have a spare? I'm like, no. So I actually put a thicker one in. This is an 1/8 inch. And we put a 3/16. The car's right here.
All right.
So it's already
fixed. That takes time. What people don't understand, I mean, that takes time, dude. I bet you spent a good part of a day doing that.
Well, so really what I did is, honestly, fabrication's not really my expertise. I'm just not that guy. I do a lot of engine building stuff like that. I rebuild transmissions, all that kind of stuff. But fabrication, I'm not a welder or nothing like that. Can't build a window. I'm sure I could. I just don't fuck with it. So I brought it to Ricky Wilson. I don't know if you know Ricky over here.
No, I don't.
He used to run Street Outlaws.
Okay.
He had that big old fucking crescent wrench when y'all filmed that TV show. With
JJ.
Yeah, that guy. He lives about 30 minutes from me. So I brought it over to Rick's Automotive, and he literally knocked it out in a day. He put that thing in it and got it cleaned up. So that's good.
It's a lot of work.
It was a shit ton of work, dude. So this is the piece of the intake that actually went through my windshield.
So, man.
Got at me like a lawn dart. Missed me by like 2 inches.
How did any parts get up in the blower?
Actually, surprisingly, no. I do have the blower.
Oh, you got lucky.
Yeah, I got really lucky. I have the blower. It's going to be hard for me to kind of show it, but I lapped it. But I don't know if you can see this mark right here. That's from a blower stud hitting it.
Right.
So when it came up, it landed on the blower studs, and getting that flat is going to be probably about a day's worth of lapping. So we're just going to avoid that. Maybe a little bit of silicone, and then I'll send it off in July when I get a break.
Yep.
But yeah, no.
Well, you're lucky you didn't lose the blower too, so that would have been really rough.
Sure.
So
honestly, I popped this thing like 5 times now, and these things are kind of bulletproof. I was surprised when Kai said he broke his blower. I was like, damn, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
There's shit jumped up in there on his and got the blower. So it came up right through the bottom there. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, dude,
that was a lot. That was a lot, man.
That's
a lot.
Yeah, that gets into you got a $50,000 blower, and you fuck the case up or anything. You're talking at least 20 grand, probably maybe 15 grand. I wouldn't know. I've never done it. But here's the intake. This is a good piece. This is like a prized possession. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe we'll raffle it on Cody's website or something for the merch.
Is that a Frankenstein intake?
No, it's a expert intake.
Okay. Oh,
Blew the bottom right out of it. So,
what a mess.
What's up, guys?
Holy moly.
So, it's just one of them dudes.
That's why it says so hard for me. Everybody's like, why don't you run a screw blower? I'm like, I've seen a lot of carnage from screw blowers, man. I mean, we can tear up our fair share of shit, but then I'm just like, man, I'm not ready for that.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I wasn't ready for it either.
Yeah.
We got this video I sent to them, and dude, like, I flinch when it happens because like I got shit flying past my arms and my
Oh
face.
yeah.
Dude, it was gnarly as fuck, man. It was. I mean, I think we can show it here in a second if Jensen's got it loaded up, but it's gnarly as hell, dude. It's one of those deals where you're ready to race and you're in that mindset of racing and you let go of that button and the next thing you know, you're on fire. The fire wasn't the worst. I mean, actually, honestly, the fire is the only thing that got to me, not the pieces of shit flying past my head. Fire, you know how it is. When you get hit with fire, you're kind of immediately like, how the hell do I get out of this thing as soon as possible?
You really got to get it stopped as fast as you can, and then
I grabbed the brake.
Then decide whether or not, and then decide, okay, do I need the bottles or what?
For sure.
Unfortunately, I've been in those situations, and fire sucks, but
dude,
you got to be ready for it every little bit. Now imagine if you didn't have your face shield down, and that happened.
Oh, for sure. No, dude. It would have.
Everybody needs to make sure they wear all their safety equipment, and that's a prime example of it right there.
100%, dude. Like I had pieces of intakes hit me in the face, windshield laying on my legs and shit, dude. I had shit everywhere. So it's one of those deals where it's disheartening. You know, I feel like I have a really fast car. I mean, I honestly, I'm not saying this to sound cocky. I think I have the fastest car. I go to every race thinking that. I think you do too, obviously. But
well, you know, you got a car that's running the 60s, and that's honestly, that's what's going to take to win some of these races.
For sure.
You know, if the racetrack will feed it to you, that's what we got to run it. So
for sure,
it's fast. So hey, you know, there's those guys that are out there that all these places we're going, and we want to invite and welcome them with their race cars to come race us, right? Yeah. We want to push hard to get those guys to come and take a shot at it and come take a swing at it and see.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
It goes.
I mean, you could sit there. You got to think. You could sit there and run Mike Bowman. Mike Bowman, what is World Series of Pro Mod champion? He's ran the toe-to-toe with the best in the world. He almost won it again last year. You got to think about that. Even if you feel like your car is not competitive, you could sit there and say you ran him. You could get a picture from somebody on the side with your car lined up against Mike Bowman or your heroes, Kai Kelly, Murder Nova. The thing about it is everyone's extremely respectful. It's not as intimidating as you think it is. I promise. Like we're all cool. We all get on. I mean, for the most part, we all get along. Not all the time, but for the most part.
Sometimes.
and you might even get a close up of a fist fight or something. You never know. You just never know.
Yeah, that happens. I don't know if we have that group of guys there right now, but you never know.
I'm not really trying to fight, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't think I'm Chuck Liddell, so I'm gonna pass. I don't look like him. I don't have the ears like him, so we'll just pass. But no, I think it would be cool. We need more cars. We need more people to come out and support. Like at the end of the day, if you're thinking you can run with us, why don't you try? That's all I'm saying. Come out here and try. Yeah. Come out here and you know, I'll talk shit with you. I'll bet money with you. We'll have fun. Like we're doing this. At the end of the day, you got to make this shit fun. So come out here and race with us and support the deal, man. Like you wait till you meet the people. I think one of the most addicting things that happens for me is when a little kid comes up to me and they want to be like, can I sit in the car or I sign something? You know, you could be that guy for a day. You know what I mean? Why not? Why not try that?
Yeah, we did that. We had the cutest little guy come over. I'm like, I think Christy asked him, you know, hey, you want to sit in the car? And he's like, you know, I got him in there. He had the biggest smile on his face and he's pushing buttons and Mom's telling him to stop pushing buttons. I'm like, nah, it's all right. He's okay.
Hit the nitrous button.
He just kept going. He's hitting buttons and stuff. It was pretty cool. So I enjoy doing that. You know, I'll pick a fan and you know, once in a while, especially the kids, and say, hey, you want to sit in the car?
Oh, heck yeah, dude. Me and Cody are gonna like this windshield. So if you go to Ohio, this piece of the windshield right here, which has the Street Outlaws Famoso sticker on it, it's got World Series of Pro Mod kind of on it. We're gonna sign that, and pretty much anyone that spends like over $50 at the merch tent, we'll wrap that off again, and you could go home with some kind of memorabilia or something like that. You know what I mean? So
nice.
We got pieces of intake, manifold, whatever you need. We got you covered. We got a crankshaft, which I don't think I'm going to give away, but we're gonna try to hold on to the crankshaft, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's bad things. I saw one of those happen when Disco blew it up one time, and same thing in front of the crank, and oh man, it was a mess. Yeah, like I think we were in like Bowling Green, Kentucky when it happened. I remember that. He was looking for parts and engine parts. It was he got it together, but it was a lot of work all through the night. You could ask him. It was pretty brutal.
Oh, 100%, dude. I've never broken a crank ever, so I really didn't think that's what it was. I thought honestly, I figured it dropped the valve, but I was like, man, that bang, dude, the bang was big. It blew the fucking front end off. It blew everything off, dude. So I was like, I don't know about that.
It's messy. I've had the same kind of thing blow up, drop some valves, blow up the intake, blow the fuel rails off, catch on fire, like complete utter disaster.
Yeah.
And it's like, oof.
So what's your advice on bouncing back from it?
Well, do what you're doing. You're just working hard. You got to work your way through it, and that's get everything back together and don't think about it, and you go out and do your normal thing, and everything will go just right.
Right,
I mean, it broke just because it broke, and it's what happens. So
yeah,
you just got to fight through it like you're doing. This stuff takes a lot of hard work. People don't really know and understand the kind of work that it takes to do this. So.
No, for sure.
We just keep fighting, it's like you're going to a fight all the time,
No, dude, it's
and
a fucking
that's
battle.
what it is. Yeah,
legit grenades. We're sitting on top of 200 mile an hour bombs.
It's a lot of horsepower. There's a lot going on, and now you're adding, like I said, we're adding nitrous to stuff. So that's
I think that's
crazy.
the most. If you really think about it too, like all the people that are tuning in this year, you got to think we're running with no rules now. This is real. This is real deal Holyfield. There ain't no playing around. Bigger pro chargers, Harts chargers, fucking blowers, whining as loud as they can go. There's even a roots blower. I'm pretty sure. I think Tim Brown still runs a roots blower. He beat Terry Bird. There's a lot of different combinations, different cars. You know what I mean? So stuff to be excited about. So, what, you going up for first round or what?
Yeah, they're going up for a qualifier. I'm good. I'm just gonna get on the golf cart. I got Cassidy and everything.
Hell yeah.
Ready?
Mike Bowman, he a man of many talents.
Well, I don't know if I have any talents. We have to see how the girls do today. We're
That's awesome.
getting close on our dial in. We were a little bit, both cars. It was surprising, as warm as it was, the air was pretty good, and the cars were fast. So we come back and we stack a bunch of weight on them and stuff. And once you get all the weight on them, try to slow them down. And, the juniors have a dial, and then the junior taps for the captain back here. You see her rolling. Those are 690 dial. So you got to run 690 as close to that. You can't go too fast, and you don't want to be slow.
Right.
So, can you hear me okay?
I can kind of hear you. It's kind of chopping up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So we're rolling that.
I got you.
So, yeah.
So going into the race, though, I think Speed Promotions has a good angle of the blow up if you want to watch it.
Let's see.
You can watch me flinch like a little bitch. I think it's.
Break there for Alan Buck. He probably would have got the win as Cole Pesz pops the blower off that car. They're going to have to pick up some pieces from that car real quick here in the left lane before we continue on through our first round.
It banged the intake in half, so I'm assuming it was an intake valve. It is what it is. So keep fucking digging. That's aggravating yourself. Yeah, that wasn't a good day at the racetrack.
No, that's a bad day. You won't forget that anytime soon. If you keep working hard, you're gonna pound your way right through it.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna come back in Ohio. I think, like you said, I think we have a really competitive. What's up, Christy? What's going on?
Hi.
You racing?
Hi, Paul. Yes,
racing?
Yeah, she can't hear you, but I got my earpiece on.
I gotta fuck with you a little bit, Mike, while we're on this live. I gotta give you some shit. Look at me and your wife were drinking beer the other night. What is this beer? I don't know if y'all can see this picture, but can you see that or no?
Can you see the picture?
Can you see it?
Yeah.
But what is this? What is this mini beer we have here, Mike? Why are we buying?
I don't know. I think it was an It was an Instacart purchase, and Little Beers showed up. I'm like, what are you gonna do with those? That's like
What
a
do you get
Scooby
with that
snack.
though? Is that like a 12
Yeah.
pack, 4 pack?
I don't know. It was a box full of little beers. I don't know. I've never seen that before. It
I've
must be
never
a
seen that before in my life. I had to fuck with
East Coast thing. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to take their time. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah,
don't
that
know.
was awesome. But
Yeah.
man, I think go everybody go tune into the YouTube video, go support Speed Promotions. It'll be out later this week. Get your tickets in Ohio and come watch me and Mike go to war, man. Like I know Mike's ready. I'm ready. Me and the team put the rack back in the motor, put the crankshaft in. We're about to, get the whole thing assembled. I got fucking block over here. The crank's right here. It's all fucked up. But fuck the crank. We got the block. We got another crank. We're coming.
Yeah.
So we're coming. Speed Promotions, if you want to put something together between me and Kai for $5,000 on Friday night, I'm game. Maybe we can do more than that. We'll see. And I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
Me too. Everybody come out and see us and get on the boat and get your tickets.
There's some badass hot rods this year. You got a lot of diversity. You got Paige Coughlin. She won the Friday deal. I don't think the same winners won yet out of anything. There's a lot of excitement. Chris Rankin going rounds. You got fucking – I don't know. You really don't know who's going to win. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody just tune in. Go out there. Come race with us. We'd love to see you out there. I'll welcome you with open arms. We're fucking – come race and get your tickets at the Foat. So that's pretty much all I got to say, buddy. I don't know about you, but I think you need to go tune them juniors up and turn on some wind lights. So
yeah, we're just about up. We got to go check the air and the tires and make sure everything's on. So
awesome. Well, I'll see you guys. Y'all have a good day.
All right. We'll see you at the end of the week.
All right. See you, buddy. Be safe.
Have a good one. All right.
Bye.
Thanks. See you. Bye.